Imagine this. You're standing in the grocery aisle, staring at a package of shredded cheese or a tub of coleslaw, and you notice a little E symbol after the weight. What does it mean? Is it a secret code, a warning, or just another piece of packaging jargon that leaves you scratching your head? Let's dive into this curious little symbol and uncover what it really means for you as a consumer. Contrary to what some might think, the E doesn't stand for estimate, says Tony Blafari from the National Measurement Institute. While it's easy to assume that it implies approximation, the truth is more nuanced. The E is tied to an internationally recognized system called the Average Quantity System, AQS, which governs how much variation is allowed in pre-packaged goods like cereal, butter, chips, and yes, even coleslaw. But here's where it gets interesting. AQS isn't just about slapping a number on a label. It's a sophisticated framework designed to ensure consistency across large-scale manufacturing processes. Originating in France, the AQS has been adopted globally, including in Australia, to align with international trade standards. This helps local manufacturers export their products more easily because they're adhering to a shared set of rules. And no, despite its European roots, the E still doesn't mean estimate. In an Australian context, it's about compliance with specific weight tolerances. So how much wiggle room do companies have when it comes to the weight or volume of packaged foods? Well, the answer isn't as straightforward as you might hope. It depends on several factors, such as the size of the production batch. For instance, if a factory produces 500 sticks of butter, labeled as 500 grams each, up to 7 sticks could be slightly lighter, by about 15 grams, or roughly 3% of the stated weight. This is known as a tolerable deficiency. In essence, the system provides a 97.5% assurance that the contents inside the package will match the declared weight. That's pretty reliable, right? But here's the part most people miss. While discrepancies are rare in mass-produced items, they're not impossible. Christopher Zinn, a consumer advocate, points out that significant underweight issues in commercially packaged foods are uncommon but not unheard of. Interestingly, he notes that packaged goods sold in formal retail settings are more likely to be underweight than those sold in informal markets, like local farmers' stalls. Now, let's talk about what happens if you suspect you've been shortchanged. Say you buy a bag of chips that feels suspiciously light, or a block of cheese seems smaller than expected. What can you do? According to Blafari, the first step is to reach out to either the retailer or the manufacturer. If you want to take it further, you can contact the National Measurement Institute with detailed information so they can investigate. Zinn adds that you can even weigh the item at home, whether out of curiosity or suspicion. And if it's seriously underweight, consider returning it for a refund or replacement. This brings us to a thought-provoking question. Should consumers care about these small variations? On one hand, modern life is all about convenience, and many shoppers are willing to pay a premium for prepackaged foods that save time and effort. As Louise Grimmer, an associate professor specializing in marketing and consumer behavior, explains, not every package needs to be exact, and understanding this can help consumers feel less frustrated. On the other hand, should we hold manufacturers accountable for even minor deviations? After all, fairness matters. What's your take? Do you think the E symbol and the AQS strike the right balance between practicality and precision? Or do you feel stricter regulations are needed to protect consumers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.